Sedgwick County is warning parents about an internet crime impacting some kids.
It's called sextortion. It's when children and teens are threatened and coerced into sending explicit images online. As Jolia Daughtry explains, the center is sharing its message with a movie.
Sedgwick County received roughly 60,000 tips about sextortion last year. So far in the first quarter, the Child Advocacy Center of Sedgwick County says they have received over 2,000. The center will host a screening of a movie called Sextortion, The Hidden Pandemic, to help those in our community see the warning signs.
We really want for parents to be able to recognize when their children might be in a difficult position and be able to offer them support, but also protection.
According to the Advocacy Center, 1 out of 7 children will experience online sex crimes. It is important for parents to know what their child is doing online and who they are speaking to.
I think a lot of it comes back to what kind of applications are your children involved in, what kind of social media platforms, is it even online gaming? And who is it that they're talking to?
The movie will dive deeper into testimonials about victims of sextortion, as well as investigate aspects from such crimes.
We want to focus on what's healthy or best for children.
In Wichita, Jolia Daughtry, 12 News.
And those doors will open at 6. The screening will start at 6:30. This is free and open to the public.
We're following breaking news right now just south of Hayesville. The